Tua went there on his former coach, Brian Flores. He was on the Dan Le Batard show talking about that relationship. And let's just give it some context. We all know that Tua was a monster in college at Alabama to the point where he set the collegiate efficiency rating record. That means he was the most efficient quarterback in NCAA history. Gets picked, top 5, 5th pick to the Miami Dolphins. And then people were like, who is this? Right? You saw flashes, but not enough flash. And you saw Brian Flores trying his damnedest. You saw him coaching. You saw him speaking. You saw him protesting. You saw him doing everything just to keep that job and to get that quarterback right. Well, let's talk about how there's an art to building a player, right? There's an art to building, and there's a thin line to bullying that same player. Let Tua speak before we break it down.
To put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad. And you hear it more and more. You start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing. You're going to start to believe that about yourself.
Y'all heard it? We all hear a lot of stuff. And in building a player is different than having a player and trying to coach him that's already built. I got to push back on Tua. And I heard Tom Brady do it as well, but let me tell you it in my words, in my terms. To get coached hard, to have a mean coach, to have a coach that doesn't believe in you, it's not pleasant, but it's not discouraging. Want to know why? Because my ultimate belief is not in the words I hear from my coach. It's not in the words I hear from my teammates. It's not in the words and the cheers and the boos I hear from the fans. It's in who I am, my identity, how good I think I am, how good I have been, the confidence I have in my preparation. And that's the whole challenge of football. Maybe different than other sports where you are like, I don't give a damn about your skill because I got a greater will. Football is the only sport I ever played where, okay, you may not qualify for all of this, but if you want it bad enough, you're going to make some noise in football. Okay? You got to have skill in basketball, right? Don't go out there to, I want it. Dog, you can't dribble. In football, if you can move, if you have the ability to move and ain't scared of what's next, you can make some noise in football. So when I heard Tua talk, first thing I wanted to do is talk about the art of building a player versus bullying a player, right? Because I've had some nice coaches, and boy, I've had some mean coaches. I'm telling you, and I'll go through that in a second. But it's a constructive vertical, and it's a destructive vertical. The coach that's building you up is simply trying to say, look, the higher I put you, are you going to keep yourself at that status level, at that ascent? I'm building you up so that you can all of a sudden think that's where you belong. He ain't doing it to be flattering. He ain't doing it to just be nice. He doing it because he like, look, if I let you see this high up, you pick your kids up in the pantry, you're like, oh, damn, that's where the Cheetos are. One day they going to be like, I want to be up there. Daddy, I don't want you picking me up no more. I can stand on my own too. Simple ways. You just let people see more, they want more. That's the constructive way. That's cool. There's another way though. Hey, I want you to be resourceful. I want you to figure it out. And I want you to go up there and go get those damn Cheetos. And I got an itty bitty that knows she has a stool and she has this other ladder. and she can use it, childproof, and climb up higher. Destructive football terms. Hey, you're supposed to make that play. I don't know what the hell you doing. Hit him. Man, you sorry. You gonna let him score on you? Now, if that beats it out of you, I'm even with those coaches. Maybe it was never in you. So, Tua's having tremendous success now. Tremendous, strong, but he's having a great ride of late when healthy. And before, he had a tough going. It could be as simple as, hey, bro, welcome to the NFL. That's why you had a tough going. Now, you're in a great system, and you are more mature. You're a veteran. You get it. Or it could be like, dog, coach was just not the one for me. And, Brian Flores, defensive-minded, we know how it sounds. Okay, he wasn't the best coach for you, Tua, etc. But Tua said he was a terrible person. I wasn't there. But I have been here, where there have been some really nice coaches I've had, like Marv Levy, who would just build up every player, but still had to a point. Hey, don't cross this line, or else I'm going to get in your face, Marcellus. One of those kind of coaches. But nice, pleasant. Oh, hey, you guys, sit down at practice. Why? Because in the game you sit down. So why are you standing in practice? Damn, coach. There's other coaches I didn't have. You go back to the Bill Walshes and George Seiferts, where they talk about how they were anomalies. Nice in an era where everybody was giving you hell. And they had tremendous success. Championships after championships. I had Mike Riley. I had Wade Phillips, who was super nice. Wade Phillips had a mantra. If I'm yelling at you on Sunday, that meant I ain't do my job throughout the practice week. If I am yelling at you on game day, that means we didn't practice right. No headset. I trust you. Go out there and do it. You messed that up? Boy, I'm disappointed in you, right? Nice coaches. Mike Riley, the nicest person ever met. Nicest person ever created. Then I had them other coaches. Bill Parcells. Yeah. The Tuna will walk up to you. Tuna walked up to me one time in pass rush drills. I'm going against Flozell Adams, who is bigger than this room, and this is my first time going against him in practice. So, in practice, you go hard, you go 100%, but it's not the same 100% as game time, right? So I'm like, all right, Flozell, first rep, let's go. He swallowed me up. I said, oh, okay. Second time I do a little something, I get a little movement on him, but he's still in that lock position, And I'm like, this is my first time in Dallas and figuring out what they doing, their tempo. Okay. Flozell, I already know he nice. Okay. Big boy, nimble, bunny feet. Okay. Parcells walked right up to me. He said, Wiley, is that all you got? Damn. He was done with me already. He was like, man, that's it. We paid for this. He wasn't trying to pat me on the butt. He like, dog, I've seen you get sacks. I've seen you beat tackles. I may have even seen you beat Flozell. What is this? And you know what? I'm a blend of both. So my parents, my dad's the nice coach. Hey, what you up to, boy? You trying hard? You doing your best? You committed? All right, move out the way, the game on. Nice guy, right? My mama, what were you doing out there? What was that? Is that, what? You tried your hardest? You sure? I thought you were faster. Man, I don't know what to have felt, but sometimes you feel something different than the intention of that what was delivered. You ever have somebody have good intentions, but it just hits you the wrong way? I don't know Brian Flores, and I don't know what his intentions were, but I do know football. Oh, it's two ways to get to the same place, right? We gonna score one way or the other. In football, I'm gonna undress you or I'm gonna help you get dressed. Either way, you walking out there as fine as you can be, as good as you can be. And that's what we trying to build. Great coaches, whether they mean or nice, are not trying to build just great players, trying to build great people. In this world, the way it spins and the way it goes, I wish it was always nice. Don't you wish it was always pleasant? We know that ain't the way it goes. So that ain't the way it goes in football either. So, that Tua comment is interesting. I'm going to have to play. You know what? I'm going to bring the Brady one up tomorrow or one of these days this week. Want y'all to hear from the GOAT. Because to get coached hard, mean, whatever you want to call it, ain't the end of the world. Because you got to have a greater belief in yourself. Just like in the real world, your boss is tripping. His boss is tripping. Everywhere you go, it runs downhill. What you going to say? It wasn't the best for me? Or you going to get that job done? Like Big Daddy Kane, I work. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you thought about that. I think a lot of this is going to be based on the results. He's had better results with a nicer coach. Well, the nice way wins. But for all those people who won championships with Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick, they like, man, you soft. Shut up. So we'll see. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. All right.